Well, this video is a continuation, or an update if you want, on the Smartphone Link feature of the LMT 760. If you recall from my last video, we set up the Garmin Smartphone Link on the 760, and we found that there were some advanced options. There's basically three advanced options. There's advanced weather, photo live, and advanced traffic. And at the time, I didn't know if these were recurring charges or one-time charges. I checked with Garmin, and they are one-time charges. So the photo live and the advanced weather were both $4.99 in the US, so I figured $4.99, big deal. So I went ahead and bought those. Now, live traffic, according to Garmin, which is $19.99, is really no different than the live traffic with the LMT feature, wherein it gives you traffic in certain geographic areas. The main difference, however, is the method of delivery. For the Garmin LMT version, it's over an antenna that is found here. And in fact, I'm going to plug this in because it looks like our battery is starting to go down a little bit. Whereas if you buy it through Garmin Smartphone Link, it comes through your phone. So we went ahead and turned on the weather alerts and live traffic. So let's just go in and see what it's going to look like. Now, I have not looked at this since I bought this app. I have not gone into this and looked to see what it's like. So if we go to weather, and kind of the reason I'm doing it today is we got some kind of bad weather coming in, so hopefully it'll show up. And then, okay, so this is kind of cool. It gives us, this is something that we didn't have before. It gives us our forecast. In fact, I think, if I recall, there was some additions here. Now here we go, and we can get a map, and as you can see, we got rain coming in. We're actually here, and then we have off to the west, we have some rain coming in. And then radar animation. Now this will probably eat up some of my minutes, but we'll just play with it and see what all the different features that it's going to have on here. So I mean, I can already see for, if you're going to spend the $400 for the LMT 760, and another $100 for some of the other, for the Eco Route, and another few dollars for a mount and all that stuff. I mean, $5 in the greater scheme of things is kind of nothing, and it actually enhances the usability of this, because especially when you're driving an RV, you don't want to get into high winds or storms. So if you see a storm coming, you can just pull off the side of the road for a while. You can tell how long it's going to be. And let's see what else we got. We have road conditions. So we'll see what this road conditions do. Now, of course, there's no, like I said before, there is no manual at all for any of this stuff. Okay, it shows wet. Well, that you could tell that from the radar, I suppose. Although it does show strong winds here as well, or at least there's a spot for strong winds, fog, snow, and ice. So I suppose in that situation it's okay. And then photo live. Now these cameras that I've seen here are not real close, but they could be on a route. And it looks like the cameras are only taking a single snapshot rather than the entire animation. Which actually is probably okay, because again, if it's animated, you're just gonna, use up your data minutes, and really, in this case, it kind of gives you an idea of maybe what lane you should be in, or what the traffic looks like, as you're going through. And so, I mean, it's interesting. just kind of looking through the rest of the stuff. Now, what we'll also do here is let's go into the map. I'm interested to see whether or not... See, I was hoping that this thing would superimpose itself on the actual route itself, the actual, GPS map itself as you're driving along it. Apparently it doesn't. But that's okay. I mean, it's still, for $5, I suppose it still makes it worthwhile to see what kind of weather you have in the area. These are the advanced features of the... No, that's kind of interesting. If you look at this one, it shows rain mixed snow. It shows, I guess, the forecast, maybe. And then, of course, this one would be the road conditions. Okay, that's probably about it for this video. My impressions is that it's probably worth the $5 for the extra information you get. Now, one thing I did find is that the Smart Link is supposed to work with the RV760LMT on both Android and iOS for iPhones. Some of the other versions, like the 760 Diesel, which is where this came from, which is the ones that truckers use, iOS doesn't work. And also in some of the other options, iOS doesn't work. So it's kind of surprising that there's apparently better support for Android phones here than there are iOS phones. So be that as it may, whatever you have is probably going to dictate what you're going to buy. So take a look at it anyway. I mean, the basic app is free, and I got $10 invested in this for both the cameras and the weather. I probably, if you have, especially if you have an Android phone, you find that it works for you. You get good connectivity and the applications behaved well enough. I probably would recommend buying the radar or the advanced weather. If you're wanting to buy the live camera, okay, I don't see that as it's really that much of an advantage, but I suppose if it saves you from making the wrong turn one time and getting in an accident or something, then yeah, it'd be worth the $5. And then $20 is kind of expensive for something that you already get, on the LMT. So it would be nice is that if this thing could tell if you already had the LMT, that just they give it to you through SmartLink as well, but they don't. So I wouldn't bother buying the traffic update unless you are going to be driving, in areas where it's available and it doesn't work on the antenna very well.